Hello and welcome to a little bit of a debacle, a little bit of a debate with Oh Tofu's Noed video. I personally don't think the perk needs to be reworked, so let's talk about the perk real quick. So Noed, uh, the way that it works is at the end of the game, one random dull totem on the map, if there's none then the perk doesn't activate, becomes this hex totem which is 4% haste and you insta down everyone, like your weapon just has exposed on it until the hex is broken. The way that he wants, the way he's thinking about it being changed is it's no longer a hex, and you get an amount of movement speed per token, and you lose a token whenever you do an attack. And the way that you get tokens is one token per hook state before the exit game, before the end game collapse, or before all gens are done rather. And then you lose two when they get killed. So when you put them on that third hook, or if they die on hook, you lose two. So the way that this works, kinda, is so if you kill someone, those two tokens that you would have of exposed are gone because you don't need them because someone died, is like the thought process. Um, it would promote fun and fair gameplay for the survivors, not the killer. And he does some weird name thing where he talks about we call it Noed, we don't even call it no one escapes death very often, which doesn't need to be talked about. So let's talk about the video. This is not a bash on Oh Tofu. I rather like his content. I want to say this now, just so you understand. I am 80% killer, 20% survivor when I do play DBD, so that should be kept in mind. Like, I do have 200 hours, like, on survivor, and then probably like 800 on killer, with PS4 and PC combined. Well, PC alone is 650 hours, so probably around 1200 hours. I know, hours don't mean much, but I just want to say that just so you know that, I'm not just a newbie, but you could tell from the content that I make. So the first thing he talks about, is like this is not the only perk that could get reworked, like stuff like that, which is cool. I love to see those videos. Maybe make another debacle, maybe. So a lot of what he says is basically things that are already in the game. So he says there's no totem counter. There is. It's on a perk called Small Game. Here's what the perk is. What Small Game does is just allows you to kind of narrow where totems are, and it tells you how many totems are there. Yes, it would be nice for the UI to show you, but then some perks just don't get niches, and they might make more perks around that. Breaking all of them is hard. There is a perk called Counter Force, which is exactly made to destroy all five totems. It is a perk. You can use it, and as well, there's also the map offering. Rainbow maps allow you to track totems right off the bat, and then the green one there is a totem. There's a yellow offering, I believe, that allows you to track killers' belongings, meaning you can track totems. So there's an item and like 3 perks dedicated to breaking all the totems. There are that you just have to change your build. Is all that is needed. There's no reward for breaking all the totems. There is, and it's kind of shitty, but it's just 8,000 blood points. You do get maxed out boldness, which is really good, especially if you're trying to go for like certain achievements and things like that, and you're not confident in chases because chases count towards objective if people are doing gens, and boldness is what you get for totems. And the other reward is kind of just the haha I got you moment of if they're using totems, either just normal hex totems or Noed. So there's actually a cool payoff when it actually happens. It's not all the time, which I think is fun. The next thing is boons. So boons impacted the meta very much so, mainly just because of the fact that healing by yourself or healing people faster alleviates so much pressure that it can really screw over the killer, which is why Boon Cycle of Healing is such a good perk, and some of the other ones are also pretty good as well. Exponential and Shadow Step are pretty good, and the new one is like pretty cool too. But that doesn't really impact. Just leave a totem, like the first totem you see. Break all the other ones, with counterforce, and then if you're using a hex, or bring a map, and then you can find all of them. And as well, you can also bring a rainbow map with the offering that allows everyone to see all of what you see. So you can literally just bring a item, and everyone can see where all the totems are and break them. So I don't understand why that is a thing, other than the fact that maybe, people don't want to bring items and perks. But then if you don't want to bring items and perks, well then you're not playing against, you're not planning against certain things, meaning those things are going to be hard for you, such as, trying to find that ruined totem or that devour hope totem. Like, if you brought a map, if you brought counterforce, it wouldn't be as hard as it is. The perk doesn't feel earned. I will say this right now, a lot of really good perks aren't earned. Are you telling me that getting injured counts as earning dead hard? No, like all of that is kind of like resourcing management because it's exposed, but like you don't earn Unbreakable, you don't earn DS. Like that's based on the killer's actions, not yours. Um, like yeah, I think I said borrow time, but if I didn't borrow time, prove thyself, you didn't earn that. Like a lot of perks, and like ruin, undying, uh, Dead Man Switch, I guess, as well. Like, there's a lot of perks that just do things on their own where you don't really need to, like, do anything about it. Like, there's, like, Merciless Storm, although it's not a very good perk, it just does what it does. Lightborn, it just does what it does. Shadowborn just does what it does. A lot of, like, those last few ones weren't very good perks, but, like, a lot of perks that are really good, you don't have to force activate them. You don't have to take 3 protection hits for them. You don't have to do something crazy. Like Flashbang is an earnable perk, and it's probably the best earnable perk. And like, you see that sometimes, not very often though. And there's no next one is no totem perks that help. There is uh help meaning helping the game state. There's Clairvoyance, which can help you find gens and find the hatch, which can be really good at the end of the game, and Inner Healing, which allows you to heal, thus moving the game state. This one and some of the other ones where it's about perks, I do not understand them because saying this perk should be reworked because there's not currently many things that interact with it is a bit weird when they could just add things that interact with it. And the last one that I have here right now is losing to bad players. I think this one is this one will be the like next kind of bit of the video. Like losing to bad players is like an okay thing. I think this is not him specifically because Oh Tofu is very good at the game in my opinion at least. Like he knows what he's doing. He knows how to kind of make it more fun and dynamic. As you see my content right now, this pig game that I just had. Like it's like okay. Like I get a lot of funny things where like I'm predicting movements because the way I like to play a pig is more of an immersed pig where like I sneak around and try to get cool plays. It's not meant to be a meta contending like build. I have no slowdown. It's all just about scaring the crap out of people. But so if I go up against a really good team who smashes me and then I have Noed at the end of the game and I down someone, like that's just the perk working because the perk is meant to help tip the tides in your scale. And I think the main reason people don't like Noed in this regard is due to the fact that one, it's abrupt, which I do think could be changed. I do think that would be kind of fair. And the other thing being that survivors just like to be cocky and annoying. A lot of survivors will like I had a doctor game where they would keep teabagging, so then I would shock them, hit them, and I mowed 2 people because they just teabagged instead of actually running away from me. Survivors are just cocky and want to be annoying and piss off the killer. So having perks that like dissuade that, like Mad Grit, Starstruck, and like Noed at the end of the game, and Blood Warden too, like those are perks that punish, that type of playstyle where it's like that. But then the special thing, especially with Noed, and that's what I'm going to end the video with, is Noed is a perk that is all about giving a killer a second chance to regain tempo and to like smash out like one more kill. And that's why it's really good. And the thing about it is Rancor is also like that, but it doesn't have the consistency that Noed is, which is why Noed has always ran more because it also has the more high roll possibility. But with that, I hope you all have a lovely day. I hope that this is like, a good video and entertaining to watch. Shoutouts to Oh Tofu for making that video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.